It wasn't no real beef.
Right.
In my opinion, it wasn't no real beef.
Situation.
But I'm
like
the type of person that if your partners in them don't fool with me, I'm automatically assume you don't really fool with me. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't that I got nothing against you. I ain't got nothing against your peoples.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I kind of,
New York. It's
how
New
I
York.
move. Yeah. And so I walk in the building and P act like we just been partners for years. And he like,
He trying to close the deal.
Bro, I was trying to
this
close the deal.
nigga was excited to see me. And so I'm like, what's up, bro?
These Arkansas niggas stink.
I'm like, what's up, bro? So at the time, I'm still not knowing you were part of the situation.
Right.
And so, long story short, I ended up not doing nothing at the event space because I was like, yo, I'm not buying nothing that this nigga's a part of.
Don't settle for a thing. This message for the royal blooded who feel they supreme. I'm about that action. Watch me do it. Set a goal and I attack it. Watch me do it. Grind and I make it happen. Watch me do it. If I want it, I can have it. Man, watch me do it. You can watch me do it. Watch me do it. Man, you can watch me do it. Watch me do it.
What's going on, everybody, man? Welcome to another episode of the Create the Culture Podcast. The Voice CTC talking to you. Of course, I'm in the building with my player partner, Peace Smooth.
What's poppin'?
And of course, man, we got the infamous, man. Skywalker's in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What it do?
He got his Balenciaga Pumas on right now. I'm telling you, man, he gonna keep it on. Shouts out to the Fresh University. I see you.
Yeah,
Fresh University,
man.
dope runner.
Dope runner, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might be on to something, man.
Yeah.
How y'all been, bro? How everything been, bro? You
Been
been good?
good, yeah. Everything been good.
What was New York like? You came back from New York, right?
Man, fresh off the plane, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was cool going back home, man, seeing everybody. So it was a good trip, man.
How long has it been since you've been back to New York?
Man, it's been 17 years.
17?
17.
That's almost when I was born.
Crazy. Yeah,
You
man.
got some of that pizza down there?
Oh, man, I had to do it all. I had to get the pizza, had to get, holla at my boy Aki, all of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Come on
saying?
now.
Yeah, we
Get
did
that
the
I
whole
thought you
thing.
pulled up on Aki.
Man, yeah, I took the kids with me,
that's dope.
gave them the whole New York experience. They was
Yeah.
like, Dad, how did you grow up here?
That's dope.
It was cool, though. It was
That's
cool.
dope. I ain't gonna lie, Aki be going off.
Yeah, they going off a
I gotta
bit,
give
for
me
sure.
a chopped cheese with a
For
Pop
sure.
Tart.
You
man.
look like a top
You
cheese.
look like it, right?
Nah, man. Today, man, of course, we kicking it, we chilling. We shooting the AM for the first time. It's daylight.
Man, it's different.
It's
Well, I feel
daylight,
like- I feel
man.
like
So
the
yeah, we
Breakfast
shooting in
Club.
daylight for the first time today. I wanted to hit on some things in regards to like friendships. And working in business and friendships.
Okay.
I think a lot of people kind of look at us and look at our camaraderie and how we kick it together and just be kind of just trying to join the party.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't really understand. Like it ain't always really just been like peaches and cream.
Right.
So I do want to talk just a little bit about our upbringing. You know what I'm saying? So they get a little understanding of how we all kind of met each other and how really we all did not like each other for various different reasons. You know what
I
I'm
was
saying?
cool with everybody.
Look
but-
at him. I was cool with everybody. But then I want to talk about how the progression of our friendship grew
Okay.
into business,
Yeah.
and then how we keep it together, and then why it's important to have people in your circle. So,
For sure.
I guess I'll start, man, with just the backstory of course, all of us was coming up in this game. Of course, I was in college, throwing house parties, college parties,
Yep.
and when you in that game, of course, you find yourself having a lot of quote unquote competition, and we're gonna hit on that later. But
Boy.
you find yourself, having these little whatever battles or debates with other party promoters and other people. And so in that process, Peace Move was not of my association. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I found whatever reason in my own head, you know what I'm saying, now that I'm old enough, I found whatever reason in my own head to make him somebody who wasn't of my support. And use that to fuel my upbringing. I just say life kind of happened and it drew us together.
Right.
I ain't gonna really dive into the details of how that happened because I feel like it's more pivotal in his life.
Right.
To when that actually happened.
Yeah.
But I will say the process has not been necessarily just easy. It's been a lot of sacrifices.
Right.
Even without each other on each other's team. But when I met P Smooth, things just hidden away where it was like,
Yeah.
it ain't never really moved like this.
Right.
The needle ain't never moved like this. And so I took from there and knew that was a vital piece. And it also kind of helped support, how we met you.
Right.
In that sequence. Not knowing that y'all had y'all own.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah,
It's never me, y'all. It was never me.
Talk about it, though. Talk about it a little bit.
Man, so when you first came to UCA, bro, Deviasha hit me. Cause I was DJing
That's
everything.
my dog too. Shout out to
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah, and so the annual block party, back to school block party, Deviasha come up to me and was like, P, I know usually when you DJ, YK, he normally MCs, alongside you, but it's some young, fresh talent. He hungry. He wanna get on the microphone. I said, cool.
Right.
Now, somebody else has some issues with it, but it's all about it. Like, when you in college, you young. It's kind of real ego based.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, but I just understood that you got to keep younger people around to keep you in tune with what's going on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, I noticed you were doing a lot of the same things that we were doing without being told. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he got the same type of mindset that we had, but he was actually, you were showing a lot more, I guess, you was a lot more ambitious about the movements. You were a lot more intentional. We kind of just fell into it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it wasn't a huge deal to really make partying a business.
Yeah.
So fast forward, I actually had got a job and kind of slowed down my DJing.
No. Tell them where you was working. Because I was like, what?
So, y'all know Walmart be having these banks, you know what I'm saying?
That started off bad, didn't it?
That started off bad.
Okay. So y'all know Walmart be having.
And y'all gotta
Like, hold on,
understand, this is major because at the time, P Smooth was really climbing the ranks as a DJ in the States and really becoming like one of the top DJs.
Him. Yeah, he was coming him for sure.
And so a lot of times, and I just want to, notate this for y'all, like a lot of times people will view you like that, but sometimes you don't. Well, a lot of times you don't view yourself like that.
Right.
And I always correlated success with money. I wasn't making a lot. I was one of the hottest DJs, but I wasn't making a lot of money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference.
Talking that talk.
So, so I'm working inside this bank, and I'm depressed because I'm seeing people in Walmart, they on their last, this they last stop.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no other options.
Right.
And, I'm just seeing the depression on their faces. So it's, it's rubbing off on me.
Contagious.
I'm like, damn, like, so.
It is, though.
Yeah, I was just in a daze, and then I see Mr. Music.
Yep.
He walked in. What's up, P? I said, damn.
I got caught.
I said, what's up, bro? And then, CTC walked in behind him. It was like, what's up, P? What you been on? I think you might have just got back from LA or Miami or something
just
like that.
fresh off of the whole comedy run, yeah.
Yeah, so you came up and you was like, bro, I'm trying to do this bowling night. I don't know really what the money, is gonna look like, but it's something that we could build off the ground. And, I'm all about, alignment and things happening for a reason and stuff like that. And I was just like, let's run it.
Yep.
And, you told me you was shocked that I was so, easy just to say, let's get it.
We supposed to be beefed out.
Right. Yeah, like, I had no idea we was beefed out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like, I'm hearing these stories and, the common factor between me, CTC, and me and Skywalker is the fact that y'all had problems with me that I didn't know existed. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy, But after we had our talk, it was green. You know what I'm saying? We hit the ground running. You one of the main reasons of my rebrand.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
But you thought it was a rap.
I thought it was a rap. Like, I was not. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of DJing college parties. Like, I'm 20-some years old. Like, these young girls. Like, I ain't trying to be around all this. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I knew the angle you was coming from was, you was kind of showing me a bigger picture than what I was used to seeing.
For sure.
And that's how I knew, like, okay, cool. I woke back up because I was always, any circle I've been in, I was always the one that was progressive, trying to figure out the next big thing. Like, how can we make this better? How can we stand out? And having somebody like you with that, I felt like, dang, like a whole, like it's like weight lifted off of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
like I ain't the only one in this world that's moving like this. Yeah. So and that's what I want to. Before we twist it and show how Skywalker got into the picture, I want to credit, my exposure from being down there at All Dub Digital and working in LA and seeing how they move and just being exposed to all the stuff. But even under my brother, shouts out to the Rico Love Conference, and I ain't even no musician. Like, I'm in there soaking up game and seeing how people move, and like you said, I'm retaining that, and I'm coming back, and I'm giving that out to the people that I know. Like, hey, bro, I swear this stuff is way bigger than what we used to. So please, lock in. So I credit, I guess my advancement in thought in community. And the reason I say that is because just how you were surprised at I was surprised at your reaction to me. Skywalker was surprised at my reaction to him.
Thanks.
Because, like you said, we got to working, we got to linking up and doing our due diligence, and we actually started that branding idea with 1024 Van Runkle in Conway. Shout out to the days, man. But we was out in Conway. We got into a rental space together, event space. Didn't know nothing about no business. Clearly didn't last that long, but we had fun when we did it. And in that process, Skywalker returned to the city because Conway was actually his hometown. That's where he resided. We was just sparring. You came from Fort Smith. I came from Little Rock. This really his town. So he come back like, hold on, what's going down? and shouts out to Walker, man, because that run with the daiquiri shop in Conway was crazy.
It was crazy. Yeah.
I'm mad I wasn't a part of that.
Nah, for sure. We was X'd out. But due to that, there was a meeting that he had with my brother because they have a music mutual link.
Right.
And I don't even think at the time, I don't even think you knew that Pat was my brother.
I didn't.
Right.
Yeah,
So I want you to kind of, just expound on, how that interaction happened, the reaction you had to it, and how everything started. So people got the background on, how we all met.
Cool. So basically, I met P back in 2009.
Yeah, 2009, 2010.
Yeah, he came to. We were at the same college. I was already there. He came the year after. So I knew of P, but we had no interactions.
Yeah.
While I was at UCA. He wasn't even DJing. When I left UCA, he had just started DJing. And that's when I left Conway.
Right.
And so I come back, and when I came back, I decided to get back into throwing events because I was throwing the house parties and all of that when I was in high school. And so I was already known for turning the city up.
Yeah.
And so I come back, and I fall into a situation. One of my close friends, his frat brothers, decided to start a daiquiri shop in the city. And he basically told him, if it's anybody that's going to turn your shop up, it's Skywalker.
They went lying.
And so bro came to me. Shout out to my boy Fred. All them guys that was at the daiquiri shop. They came to me, had a meeting with me, and they invited me to the soft opening. I went to the soft opening, and Fred was like, hey, I want you to turn it up. And I was like, y'all ready for this? Like, he's like, yeah, I'm trying to do something tomorrow. This was a Friday.
From New York City.
He was like, I'm trying to do something tomorrow.
Let's make it happen.
And so I told him, I said, all right, if I make the call, it's going to get crazy.
Yeah.
Made the call. That Saturday
it got crazy.
Was ridiculous. Like,
it got crazy.
It was wall-to-wall pandemonium. Like, It was dumb.
Me, P Smooth,
It's-
the rest of our partners drove.
Yes, yeah.
Talking
So
trolls.
these guys are running the college scene, and at the time, I don't know who you are,
Right.
And I still didn't know who your brother was at the time,
Right.
I just knew it was a group of guys. I didn't even know P was involved with it.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah, and so I had started seeing your brother was advertising himself.
Yep.
Advertising y'all event space 1024. And the only reason I was seeing it was because of a mutual friend of ours, Alexis Ray Parker.
Yep.
I was seeing it on her page. And so I'm like, yo, who is this guy? So I go look at your brother's page, and he's like, he a producer and all of this. So I just kind of started tapping in with him.
Yep.
Next thing I know, I wanted to rent y'all space out, and I pull up, and P Smooth is there to give me a tour of the building.
Talk about branding, baby.
And so I'm looking at him because at this time, it was a situation when I left Conway through some other people.
Right.
It wasn't no real beef.
Right.
In my opinion, it wasn't no real beef.
situation.
But I'm
Like
the
you
type
was
of
from New York.
person that if your partners in them don't fool with me, I'm automatically assume you don't really fool with me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it ain't that I got nothing against you. I ain't got nothing against your peoples.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I kind of,
New York. It's
that's how
New
I move.
York.
Yeah. And so I walk in the building, and P act like we just been partners for years. And he like, yo, what's up, bro? This nigga was excited to see me, and so I'm like, what's up, bro? I'm like, what's up, bro? So at the time, I'm still not knowing you were part of the situation.
Right.
And so, long story short, I ended up not doing nothing at the event space because I was like, I'm not buying nothing that this nigga's a part of. Like, I was telling my old lady at the time, like, this is going to be like a setup or some shit. Like, I'm straight. And so, fast forward, I end up getting one of my artists on the show that y'all had with DJ Esco.
Yep.
And that's what sparked me to have a meeting with your brother.
Yep.
So we had a meeting in the following days, and we were talking about putting a music conference together.
Yep.
Once we got done talking with that, I had gone through a situation where I was trying to throw an event, but the people who owned the building was on some BS.
Yep.
And it made me feel away, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna slap these guys.
Yep.
Like, finna make them feel it. And so I told, I'm still not knowing y'all brothers.
Yep.
But I knew of your name, you know what I'm saying? Because you was running with my little brother and
Dooley. Yep,
and Dooley
yep.
and them. So I'm like, he the hot guy, woo woo. So I asked Pat, like, how can I get in contact with this guy? He like, oh, that's my brother. He in the car right now. Or you finna come up there. Yeah, something like that. So I was like, what? It just blew my mind. And he was like, bro, he actually said he been trying to meet, he wanted to meet with you too. So I was like, dang, that's crazy, Yeah. So long story short, Christian ends up setting up a meeting with me, and we go to old Chicago at the time. That was Brick and Forge. And Christian came in there. He had this whole business plan, like workbook put together. And we sitting at the bar, and he's literally showing me this whole festival that he put together, and he wanted me to be a part of. Because basically, he ended up telling me, this was his exact words. He said, if we do this event with you, the event that I was trying to do, if we do your event, then you got to do the events with us the rest of the year.
Absolutely.
Like, that was the deal.
Yeah.
So I was like, bet. So then, but he come in there, and he's like, bro, do you know who you are? And you this and you that, and me and my partner, we sitting there like, I'm just Skywalker. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like you just said, you don't see yourself as that. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is Conway to me,
Yeah.
And so I end up here. He's still he's been at the college, but in the city, nobody know you like
Absolutely.
that.
Right.
So we go from that bar, and I took him around the corner when 812 was there.
Man.
Yeah.
And we go in there, get in for the free.
Yeah.
All drinks on the house.
They trying to pass us everything.
And Christian is
Food,
like,
everything.
Christian like,
Who is this man?
what in the world? Yeah. He is like, yo, who is this guy? He never got treated like this before.
Right. Ever.
He was in there bugging.
I'm like, this is nuts.
And it was jumping that night.
It was.
I ain't gonna lie, it was jumping
It
that night.
was.
So long story short, from there we ended up doing our first event, and every event we had from there, I mean, we literally had no flops.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was all pandemonium.
And I'm
when we
so
linked
glad
up.
you said that because we don't talk often about how we didn't have any flops. When we
Yeah.
linked up, you're right.
It was like all the pieces of the puzzle came together.
Bro, it was like flawless. It's been it's still to this day the best run I've ever had.
Yep.
We seem not every time we together, we seem not to lose.
Right,
And
right.
I feel like I gotta kind of retract because there was some deep messages in what you were saying. Because like you said, your reason for reaching out was something negative. It was
Right.
something that you had an energy toward that was wrong, and that was your reason for reaching out. And a lot of times, I promise you, God will like shine a light on you, like even if you spiteful about something,
Right.
Like he will align it in a way where you feel like you're controlling it and you're not,
And you not.
Like,
Yep.
you're not. And so the meeting was supposed to happen anyway,
Right.
and we didn't know that.
We didn't know.
We didn't know that at the time. We kind of felt like we was rolling and controlling stuff. And it was very important for us to move with what we felt was right. Because, like you said, I came to you with no money.
Yep.
Came to you with no
With no
money.
money, yep.
It was just, this thing
Let's
feel
work,
right.
yep.
Like it feel like this what we supposed to do.
Yep.
And it's very important that like people out there that's listening, it's very important. And when you feel that intuition, and you feel like it's something that you need to move on to do it.
Yeah, you gotta
even
trust
if it don't look like what you feel like it should look like.
Yeah.
And I want to
good.
talk to the power of community. Because we, like you said, linked up and it was
Crazy.
it was like,
Man.
you know, and so I want us to kind of talk on competition
Okay.
versus community. Because a lot of times we was looking at each other
We were.
as competition.
Yep.
And it wasn't until we started working together and pulling ideas and concepts and this and that together for us to start winning.
Yep.
And I kind of want to talk about that readjustment. Like, how was it for y'all? And then, of course, I'll give my 2 cents to it, too. But how was it when you had to make that big adjustment? You got 2 cats that, for whatever reason, wasn't fooling with you. And so now you got to almost reprove yourself.
Right.
You kind of stand your ground, but then you also got to let a gate down. How was that?
Yeah. You know, I guess with you specifically, for me, was your work ethic matched mine. You know, I was used to being like the main person that was handling, like, you know, you did everything I did, graphics,
Yep.
social media, like everything as far as marketing and packaging stuff up to make it look bigger than what it was and make it look great. You was already doing that, so I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have to worry about graphics and DJing and doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got somebody that could take the load off a little bit. And then with Walker, like, that's why I was telling CTC, like, Conway is 2 markets. You got the college market, which we kind of already had.
Yep.
But DJing through Conway, I realized there was the city of Conway as a
more.
market as well.
Yeah.
And that was Walker's, like, Walker was that missing piece to tie the college crowd with the city of Conway, like the Conway locals. And that was the best chemistry that we could have ever put together.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, so it was cool. Like I said, like, I never really had like beef with anybody.
Right.
So I was already like, you know, my guard was already down because to me, well, with Skywalker, because to me, it was just rekindling a friendship that I, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand, like, until you told me, like, hey, bro, like, I really wasn't fooling with you, bro. I'm like, dang, I know I look corny as hell, like, at 10:24. But no, like, I had to learn how to trust people, like trust y'all, you know what I'm saying? But y'all proved that y'all was trustworthy. Like, it wasn't hard for me to be like, I can't trust these people. Like, y'all made it easy for me to trust y'all. You know?
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
No, for me, the link up was it was something that I had to adjust to because kind of what P was saying. I was always used to being the guy doing everything. Now, I don't do graphics or nothing, but on the
Right.
business side, logistics side,
I'm still him.
making sure making sure everything is put together the right way, you know what I'm saying, and creating that experience, you know what I mean, making sure everybody's safe, making sure the vibes are right. Like I was just used to doing all of that, and then at the same time, you got to understand when we linked up, I was 27. And so, you know, I think you was like 23 or something
That's
like
crazy.
that. Yeah, you
I'm
was
27
young.
now.
And so, yeah. So, hey, I was like 27, just had got engaged, you know what I'm saying? And I was all the events that I was doing were 21 and up events. And so I had to get readjusted and reacquainted with, you know, the 20 and under crowd, which I knew nothing about
Right.
anymore. You know what I mean? And so, but it was great because I I don't really want to call it a rebirth to or a rebrand to the Skywalker, but it was like it became a boost because when I linked up with y'all and those group of younger kids that was in college and stuff, when we were throwing those parties or whatnot, you know, now they all grown and now they all coming to our grown events and all of that. Like those were relationships, and it really boosted my personal brand through the roof. You know, it was ridiculous, but it was something that I had to adjust to for sure.
Man, and what I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna give y'all flowers because I'm younger. I was always the youngest.
Yeah,
And so, of course, I know I was the head honcho in driving y'all to do a lot of the things that we had to do. But outside of just the parties being successful, y'all really helped stretch me as a man when it comes to being accountable. Like that's the word, because without people, like without people on the group to look at you like, hey, I need you to make this happen.
Yeah.
You said you was gonna do this. What happened with that?
Yeah.
Like without that, you ain't got no real accountability. And it was like with y'all, I had it. It was like, dude, we got it. With 1024, it was like that rent gonna come.
Yeah.
And that
coming.
Conway Corp coming
It's
too.
coming.
They
It's
ain't,
coming.
they ain't playing.
Yeah.
And so it's like you can sit down if you want to. You cannot do none of that if you want to, and this gonna be gone.
Right.
And then even past that, I think it really forced me to get in a position of like getting comfortable with leading without stigmas. And so like you trained if you younger, shut up and listen. And I credit y'all because y'all really gave me the space and opportunity to lead at times where most people and most OGs wouldn't. They just wouldn't. Y'all know it. I've been telling people stuff from day one, and they just one ear in and out the other. And so with that, I want to say thank you to y'all for allowing me to do that. You know what I'm saying? That was huge for me. And before we leave this episode, I want to invite, because we do got the new Instagram now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I want to invite all the people out there to turn us up on the gram, our personal IGs, of course.
Yes.
But we really want y'all to turn up the Create the Culture podcast. It's right here below. Please go turn us up on the IG.
Yes,
Okay? Please do that.
For sure.
We got more merch dropping. P Smooth, you got some. What you got? You got some stuff on the way, man. Get a couple drops in.
Man, you know what, man? Hey, follow me on YouTube at the DJ P Smooth.
Yeah.
Shout out to Room 1024, new project.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you know what I'm saying? Just catch you some vibes,
Yes,
man. I'm gonna be
sir.
showcasing some different DJs out of Arkansas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And surrounding areas and just DJs that I built relationships with throughout my career. So
Yeah. You're a coalition DJ now,
Yes,
too.
sir.
I am a coalition DJ now.
Boom.
Worldwide, baby.
Yes, sir.
And Skywalker, man, what you got up, man? What you got coming up, man? I know it's some people want to tap in with you.
Man, we got some big shows lined up. Me and my boy Ghost, shout out to Ghost.
Yes, sir.
So that's kind of what we doing right now, just bringing new vibes to the city.
Say less, man. Well, stay tuned, man. Next week, we probably gonna expound on this conversation a little more. But we definitely got some more stuff coming. Stay locked to the Create the Culture podcast for all of the updates anything in regards to our new merch, new websites, new programs, and new communities that y'all can join. It's all gonna be on our Instagram. So make sure you tap in. Until next time, we'll see you next week. All right?